It was the kind of silence you could feel pressing against your skin. Every time he walked into the cafe, conversations died mid-sentence. Coffee cups froze halfway to lips. Even the clinking of spoons seemed too loud. People called him Mr. Carver the Millionaire, with a smile that felt like a warning. He didn't own the place, but he might as well have. His money bought him something far more dangerous than coffee: control. Everyone feared him. Everyone, except one person who had just started working there and had no idea who he was. Before we continue, please take us where you are watching from in the comment section. The cafe was a warm, brick-lined space tucked on the corner of Main Street, usually filled with laughter and the rich smell of roasted beans. But when Mr. Carver came in, it became a different world. He'd sweep through the glass doors wearing tailored suits that seemed to slice the air, his gold cufflinks glinting in the sunlight. Without even looking, he'd choose the best table, the one by the window, and everyone else knew better than to sit there before he arrived. No one had told the staff to be afraid. They didn't have to. His voice was like a knife when he complained. Too much foam, too little sugar. Why are the tables sticky? Why are you so slow? The manager would bow his head, apologizing for things that weren't wrong. Other customers avoided eye contact. Nobody wanted to be the target. On Monday morning, Carver had sent back a latte 3 times. First, annoyed. This isn't hot enough. Second, annoyed. Now it's too hot. Third, angry. You clearly don't know what you're doing. On Wednesday, he berated a young barista for breathing too loudly while making his espresso. He actually made her cry and didn't flinch. He didn't just want service, he wanted submission. And he got it. Every single time. Until Friday. Her name was Lily, 22 years old, soft-spoken, hair tied back in a loose ponytail. She'd been working at the cafe for less than a week. She didn't know the unspoken rules. She didn't know who Mr. Carver was. And she didn't know she was about to break the unbreakable. Friday morning, Carver walked in like he owned the sun. The staff stiffened. The regulars buried their faces in their mugs. Lily was behind the counter. As she filled orders. He approached her table, didn't say hello, just tapped the menu. Annoyed. I'll have the cappuccino. Extra hot. And make it quick. She smiled politely. Sure. When she brought it over, he didn't even taste it before snapping. Angry. This is warm, not hot. Annoyed. Are you incompetent, or is this some kind of joke? The cafe went still. The other baristas froze in place. The manager stepped forward, but Lily spoke first. Her voice was calm, but it carried through the air like a sudden breeze before a storm. Calm. I made it at the exact temperature that preserves the coffee's flavor. Thoughtful. If you want it boiling, I can do that, but you'll ruin the taste, and I won't apologize for making good coffee. The room went dead silent. Carver's eyes narrowed. He wasn't used to defiance. Annoyed. Do you have any idea who I am? He said. Lily didn't blink. Calm. Do you have any idea how many people you've made afraid to come here in the morning? A soft gasp rose from somewhere in the corner. One of the regulars set down his cup. Even the espresso machine seemed to pause. You don't scare me, Lily continued, but you're ruining this place for everyone else. If you can't treat people with basic respect, maybe you should find another cafe. Carver looked around, perhaps for the first time really seeing the room. Every pair of eyes was on him, not with fear, but waiting, watching. He opened his mouth, then closed it again. Slowly, he picked up the cappuccino, took a sip, and set it back down. Annoyed. Fine, he said flatly. It's acceptable. And just like that, he stood and walked out. No insults, no demands. When the door swung shut, the cafe exhaled. Someone started clapping, then another. Soon, the whole room erupted in applause. Lily just smiled, shrugged, and went back behind the counter. Carver did come back, but something had changed. His tone softened, He still ordered the best table, but he said please and thank you. The cafe felt lighter now, as if Lily's courage had cracked the invisible shell of fear that had suffocated it for years. Sometimes it only takes one person to remind everyone else that bullies aren't as powerful as they seem. If this story moved you, don't let it end here. Have you ever stood up to someone everyone else was afraid of? Or seen someone do it? Share your story in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Subscribe to Nup Stories for more real-life stories that remind us how one small act can change everything. And don't forget to hit the like button.